Hi, today we are talking about Valor and Villainy Lludwik's Labyrinth, which is a completely standalone cooperative and solo campaign game to the original Valor and Villainy, but you can use heroes from the very first Valor and Villainy in the standalone sequel. FYI, all the footage that you see from today's video is from the prototype version of the game. Now, in the Lludwik's Labyrinth, you'll get to choose from 9 new heroes, and your goal is to make your way through 8 different acts revealed through mysterious envelopes, and your goal is to figure out where exactly these demons and imps and all these sorts of monsters came from and why they took Giuseppe. Here is what you're doing on your turn. You start each act by opening a secret envelope. Now this envelope is going to give you unique components that is driving your story. In the first act, for example, you start with a sun shield, sun shard tokens, and bomb tokens. Now these will detail the new abilities and mechanics introduced into this specific act. Like the bombs, for instance, are placed by minions and they'll explode and damage you if you roll hits on these numbered dice. Each act will also give you a specific objective that you'll have to complete. It could range from a couple things, from destroying all minions on the map to exploring the entire map. Now villains will also have their own turns and they'll basically act as a timer. So they kind of count down until you either meet or fail to meet that specific objective. So you'll be scouting unexplored tiles, moving on the map of course, attacking enemies with melee, ranged, and magic attacks, and looting enemies that you've defeated. These dice over here, with white being the weakest, yellow being the middle attack, and red being the strongest attack, will count as your hits during battle. But they can also be saved in a hit pool in order to use these +1 points that act as a bonus hit in future rounds. You can also use an action called a power surge in order to draw 2 spells or feats. Those are your actions: moving, scouting to explore different tiles, attacking, accumulating +1s, power surging for more cards, and sometimes you'll also gain sidekicks. Think of these as like friends and allies that you'll have access to. Sidekicks actually have very powerful attacks that you can roll for while attacking villains. After you spend actions available in your move pool, which is designated on the yellow side of your player board, then you gain experience points that can be saved or used to make your hero have stronger dice rolls. Now notice here how I have empty slots for Coach in her magic slot, but after leveling up, I can also add a white die token here, so now if she uses a magic attack, she can roll 1 white die instead of no dice. On top of that, I can also convert that white die into a yellow die, or yellow die to the strongest red die and make her attack even stronger. Lastly, you can use experience to also increase your action pool. Your heroes also have unique abilities, distinct background stories, and sometimes they even have different slots that they can use once gaining a loot. Loot you gain are these mini cards that you can use to power up your character underneath their double layered player boards. After your heroes go, it's now the villain's turn, and they're gonna start off by rolling magic action rolls in order to deal damage to your heroes, followed by unique corruption rolls, which can also summon more minions or have them even accumulate +1 tokens themselves as well. That's not it though, because after villains you have your minions, which come in next, and they can have special abilities and action points in order to spend just like your heroes. Now this turn wraps up with villains leveling up as well, and they get much stronger if they manage to defeat your heroes, so avoid getting defeated. Now turns are marked also with this board called the Approach of Doom track. Once players reach day 4, you have the final battle. The final battle is a mechanism that shows up sometimes in different acts, and the campaign book will tell you how to resolve those by act. Now after or we have successfully completed a campaign, how do our heroes progress? What rewards are we reaping from all this? I got you covered. After you successfully completed a campaign, your heroes are going to cash out their loot onto the Hero Hoard card. Now these are going to earn you blue stars called supplies. Supplies are used to buy upgrades before and after campaigns, and these are permanent bonuses that you carry on forward. And that is pretty much how Valor and Villainy works. There's also a free play mode where you'll take on repeatable events. You have dojos, which characters can use to upgrade their unique abilities, and there are also ways to add and remove players that you're playing with different groups of friends at different times. That, my friends, is a preview of Valor and Villainy Lludwik's Labyrinth. Thank you so much to Skybound Games for sponsoring this video, and thank you all so much for being here, for watching this. Let me know down in the comments below if you're excited for this game or if you have any questions about it. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I hope you enjoyed the cinematic, and I'll see you all in the next video.